Yo, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Matt, back at it again with the Z. So this video, like I said, we're gonna be putting VG33 heads on. These have a little bit better flow in them, as well as they have beefier exhaust studs, as you guys can see right here. So these are direct fit essentially. The only two things you have to do for this mod is you do have to open up your ports on your mounting holes on your manifolds. Which I'm going to be showing you on my passenger side one. And the other thing is actually this, but we're going to get back to that in a little bit later once we button everything up. So really excited to get these cams installed, get this car back together. I did clean up in here. This was actually very dirty prior to all this. That's why this is all taped off. I went ahead and just tried to clean it out. There was a lot of gunk on there. It was very dirty, so this should help it overall have better cooling. So alright, y'all, so here are my cams from Isky Racing. Shout out to Ron for hooking me up and also for teaching me a lot about cams. I've never done cams in a car before. I've swapped out my cams in my Z before, but I've never actually had performance cams, so I'm really excited for this mod. I went with the 270 grind just because for what me and Ron talked about, for what I want to do with my car, we both agree that this would probably be the best way to go. So in the cams, he also included this grease. This is what we're going to actually use to put on the lobe and as well as the rocker arms, he said, on the pads of the rocker arms. The only other thing too he recommended is Valvoline VR1 racing oil. I got 10W30, I got a whole box here. He recommends using this on the journal bearing of the cams too, to help with the break-in, as well as he said put this in the crankcase as well for the break-in. Normally I run Rotella in my Z's just because the high zinc works, so I'm going to use this for the next one. So I'm going to be doing a full oil change on the car too after we get these heads in. Now another part of the cams here is I have some OEM valve lifter trays. Yeah, lifter trays, my bad. These ones, as you can tell, are really cleaned up, but if you also look down here, I had these machined. The reason why I had that is I don't really like a lot of the drivetrain noise I've heard with a lot of people running cams, where it's their lifters. So I talked to a guy in the Z31 community named Andrew Gardner. He actually found this out. If you machine these plates down, I'm going to put the increment down in the description, on these lifter trays, it'll help reduce the lifter tick from the car, so you have less valve train noise, which I think is cool because I don't want my car sounding like it's broken all the time, and I'd rather it sound pretty normal. So
go ahead, just make sure this gets coated nicely. Oh shit, this stuff can get messy real quick. This whole thing, cool. You stay down. So let's probably do it like this, huh? It's probably way better. That's better. Alright, cool. So make sure this gets coated nicely. I don't think it's a bad idea if this gets onto the main part of the cam, but I would probably just keep this as neutral as possible. Oh, got a couple more I missed. God, it's so warm today, at least. Oh shit, one more.
Alright y'all, so what I'm about to do is go ahead and open this. I'm gonna go ahead and start lubing the inside so I can put the cams in and get those set. That way I can just start sealing all this off and get this thing ready to run. So stay tuned.
So normally I'd probably recommend you pour this in something, but I don't really have anything right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and use my fingers. So all you wanna do is go ahead, work that shit in. Make sure these are lubed really well. That way you don't mess up your cams, your head, or anything else on your car. Just want to make sure it gets really good coverage. Comment's gonna get wild for this one, huh? Oh shit. Alright, let's go ahead and get this other side done. Once this is all lubed up, we can go ahead and start preparing the cams. So we can go ahead and set them in and start bolting this up. Get this shit ready to go. The cams aren't too hard on this car. I think the more annoying part is redoing the timing, but oh shit. Oh well, oh well. Make sure it's nice and coated. Don't want no mistakes for this. Alright, this should be good. Got them coated. Alright, cool.
Alright you guys, as you can see, everything for the most part is back together. Got the valve covers all painted up. Nicely done. There are a few odds and ends I gotta tighten up. I gotta still put my power steering bracket back on. I'm gonna clean up some of the vacuum lines, especially this one. I don't like it. I'm gonna try and clean this up a bit. And yeah, you guys, so as far as the VG33 heads, the main things you guys have to look out for, as I said in my last video on the update, be careful for the studs. When you're doing the nuts, you're gonna have to actually work it on in different levels, so that way you can actually use all your bolts. You actually can use all the OEM VG33 bolts. I ended up just sticking with my aftermarket two I bought, the ones I showed you guys in the last ones. Other than that, it's almost ready for a actual break-in now. I do gotta actually replace these hoses. I'm gonna be looking for some silicone replacements, because while replacing them, it's gonna break again. But yeah, so you guys, hope you enjoy, and I will be seeing you guys soon for the next video, and we'll be breaking in the cams and get you guys a full exhaust video. And you know what, just for you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get some pull videos in too. Thinking of going ahead and doing POV videos for that. Let me know what you guys think. Would you guys like to see this break-in video, the first pulls? Do you guys want to see a POV shot, or should I just have it set up in the car? Leave a comment below on what you guys would like me to do for that first drive with the cams when I do pulls, and I'll go ahead and make that for you guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.